Just found a priceless photograph of the crew that I flew with in Vietnam the summer of 1972. It is much better quality than anything I had digitally before. I scanned it with my brother Laser Printer's built-in scanner. Best I've ever seen. Loaded the scanned image into Nano Banana from Google and it colorized it for me. The resulting scanned image came out great. So I updated my C-130 image with the tagline, "The C-130 Hercules, delivering you to the world's most awful places since 1954. What you see before you right now is that image with the Magic 20 crew imposed over the original graphic image. Magic 20 was our C-130 call sign all the time we performed our perilous 5-week off-the-books mission of recovering numerous bodies. Those bodies belonged to our South Korean allies killed interdicting the Ho Chi Minh Trail in Laos and Cambodia in the late spring and early summer of 1972. Often their body bags had laid in collection stations near the remote grass strip airfields for weeks before we could get in to recover them. I just felt compelled to update my original video published well over a year ago.
Let me introduce myself. I've picked an unusual username. It's from my strange sense of humor. I'm the Undertaker Navigator. Now you might be wondering how I came up with that odd combination of two words. They are from my military life experience. As an Indiana University U.S. Air Force ROTC graduate in May of 1970, I was commissioned as a U.S. Air Force second lieutenant, then spent 3 months auditing casinos being acquired by Howard Hughes in Las Vegas. I was working for a Big 8 accounting firm, Haskins & Sells, their Los Angeles office. Got married to my high school sweetheart at the end of August. The honeymoon was over as I started my 9 months training in California to be a worldwide navigator. Graduated from flight school in June of 1971 near the top of my class, nicknamed Spirits in the Sky. After several weeks of survival schools, I eventually was assigned to Little Rock Air Force Base in August of 1971. That's when the wild ride began for this recently married 23-year-old from the small southern Illinois town of Olney, population 8,800. I was stationed in Arkansas for 1 year and 3 months, but only spent a total of 99 days at home in Arkansas out of 464 days. Most days were spent flying as a C-130 navigator into Central and South America, Europe, but mostly into Southeast Asia. Most of the Southeast Asian experience was in country in Vietnam performing a variety of special missions. The hairiest was recovery the body bags of our South Korean allies. Their soldiers had been sent into Laos and Cambodia to interdict the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and many sadly gave up their lives fighting the Viet Cong and the NVA. In 1972 Congress had decreed that no U.S. troops could go into Laos or Cambodia, so officially the U.S. Air Force wasn't really there. I go wink wink, I've never been in Laos and Cambodia. My only gripe is that our crew never got credit for the numerous hours flying into all the godforsaken grass air strips in the jungles of the two countries that I have never been in, officially. So, that's where I get my YouTube username. In closing this introduction, my thoughts turn to the fine young man whose remains our crew collected from those godforsaken jungles of Laos and Cambodia. I hope their loved ones were given some consolation by the return of their young men who fought so bravely over 50 years ago. I pray they did not die in vain. Here's what I expect to accomplish with this channel. 1. I want to inject some humor in this channel first and foremost. Life is too short not to laugh, even if it's at ourselves. For this chore, if we can call it that, I have solicited the help of my faithful sidekick, Compass Cat, with this extremely formal British voice. He is my faithful companion, even though he often has a few unkind words for me now and then. 2. I will send her much of my material on my military career, which lasted 6 years on active duty, and in the active Air Force Reserves. One of the main projects that I have planned is a recount of many of the specific missions that I was asked to accomplish as a worldwide navigator, before the introduction of the Global Positioning System, GPS. Yes, GPS was responsible for making my job as a worldwide air cargo navigator obsolete. Technological progress waits for no man or woman. I have visited many unusual places on our planet and have many hopefully interesting anecdotes in regards to my travels to those faraway places. My travels have taken me to a total of 63 unique destinations and to all 7 continents. Yes, I even made it to Antarctica for approximately 3 hours, and yes, I did hit tennis balls while I was there. A series on the 10 best tennis days of my life is one of my goals for this channel, and I should have the first in that series up on YouTube within a week, hopefully. 3. My life before and after my military service, and even during my time in the Air Force Reserves, often centered on the sport of tennis. I plan many stories, some humorous anecdotes, some that are just reminiscent of the beauty of growing up with tennis in my life, and some that are instructional, like my video entitled, The Rule of Two. 4. Last but not least, I hope to touch on some serious subjects, as I did in 2 of my first videos, one of which involved the drug crisis in our country and the other was my 12-step program to fix America. Compass Cat, my faithful sidekick, is in the process of remaking those videos and to avoid producing anything of such poor quality in the future. I feel the substance was good but the technical production and my involvement was not, so I'm trying to take Compass Cat's advice and stay out of the picture. I will just work in the background.